are you doing? Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. We're live from Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet. My name is Ellen, and on Fridays we go live to tell you what's new, what's happening at the store, what's happening out in nature. And since winter is for sure winding down, spring is ramping up in full gear. So that's primarily the focus of tonight is we're going to be talking about courtship. Are you seeing any pre-nesting behaviors? We're going to talk window attacks, but also we're going to talk about how you can really enhance or get the most out of your bird feeding hobby during the time when we get the most birds, which is obviously right now during spring migration. But not only in spring, but it's also summer, right? The whole time that we have those migrating visitors up in our area, how can we attract the most? And not just the most individual species, but we're talking the most diverse species to our backyard. How do we do that? So I'll give you tips on how to do just that and what the bonuses are, not only for the birds, but for you. So yes, you do get to benefit not only from seeing them, but there are some benefits too for you. We also did get in some new items this week, so I'm going to showcase those. Not only do I have a few here to show off for you, but I also have a few things that are kind of placed, and I want to show you these new spinners that we've gotten in, and so I'll take you on a tour as the very last thing. But to start it off, I want to we didn't do a a March giveaway, so tonight we'll do a giveaway from Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet. We're doing our Facebook Live giveaway. Every once in a while on our Friday Lives, we will put up a opportunity to win something from us. So if you would like to participate in our giveaway tonight, all you have to do is like this Facebook Live, share it on your page, and then once you've done that, comment in our comment here on the live the word spring. And then I'll know that you liked the post and you shared it on your own page. And then I'll add your name to our wheel and we'll spin. Hopefully on Monday I'll remember. All right, so let's get to it. I have quite the bit to talk about today. And I want to start off with talking about our events, because tomorrow is going to be pretty awesome. We have Who Haven coming. They are a wildlife rehabilitator / education center in the Rockford County area. So they do actually rehabilitate themselves. If people find in their area, find wildlife, whether it's a mammal or a reptile or a bird, they take it in and they treat it and then rehabilitate it for hopeful release. Now, sometimes the animals are too injured and are not able to be released. So they do care for those animals that are unreleasable. So pretty amazing group. If you've ever been to Four Rivers Pelican Watch or the Four River Eagle Watch, those programs with those birds that they have presentations on are from Who Haven. So Karen from Who Haven will be here with another part of her team, and they will not only bring a snowy owl. We are fingers crossed that that's still on. Obviously, because these are live animals, there is always a chance that the animals won't animal for us. And because of that, there is always a chance that the snowy owl may not come. But we have high hopes, and I spoke to Karen earlier this week, and she said it seems like everything was on for the snowy owl. So we hope to have the snowy owl here, and we also will have another bird. It's a mystery bird, so you gotta have to show up to see who's coming. But she'll also have some other creatures that will be here too, so you can learn about all the things that they do and learn a little bit more about these animals and get this really cool kind of close encounter, if you will. You won't be able to touch these animals, but It's mostly educational, and I don't know about you, but unless you're looking in a scope magnifying the snowy owl that was pretty famous here in Will County, we don't get to have these really close interactions with these birds. So, pretty incredible that we get this opportunity. So, stay tuned for more information on more Who Haven events coming soon. Um, but we also have another presentation happening this weekend. It's not tomorrow on Saturday, it's actually on Sunday. So it's at 1 o'clock. We have Kelsey Shaw from the Possibility Place Nursery. He's one of the co-owners, and he will be coming by the store to talk about creating a pollinator paradise in your own yard. So be a really great presentation if you're looking to help pollinators, whether it's bird pollinators or insect pollinators. They're all very important. And one way we can help them is by creating habitat. So that is exactly what he is going to talk to you about, how you can do that and what that kind of looks like, and some of those good benefits of creating pollinator habitat right in your own backyard. So that's happening on Sunday the 29th, this Sunday at 1 o'clock. And then starting in April, we do have all of our events planned out. I'm starting to release them on Facebook. And by the end of this week, I will have our website all updated with all of our April events and some of our May events that are in the books. So keep an eye out. We have really one good presentation that I want to highlight that's happening in April. We have quite a few in April, but the more the one that's coming up quicker is going to be our Attracting Orioles presentation. Definitely come in store for that. It won't be viewed on Facebook, so you got to come in store to take advantage of it, but you'll learn everything so not only fun facts about Orioles and how to ID them, but you'll also learn how to attract them by providing food and water sources and creating habitat. So really great presentation. If you're looking for those tips and tricks that we have for you guys, you got to come in and check it out. That's on April 5th at 11 o'clock, so that's a Saturday. And then I want to also make sure that you have the save the date saved, our April spring feeder cleaning event, our bird feeder. We usually try to do 2 annual bird feeder cleaning events, and we have been partnering with our Will County Audubon Society for this event. These 2 events, right? 2 a year. We like to host one in spring, and we host another one in fall. So the spring one is coming up. It's going to be April 19th from 10 to 3 p.m. How it works is you bring in your feeders, and we intake them and have you fill out a little something so that we know whose feeders are whose. We ask for a suggested donation of $3 per feeder. And all those funds go donate to the Will County Audubon Society for a lot of their conservation efforts. So that's happening. And then how it works is you can either hang out here in the store while your feeders are being cleaned, or you can leave. If you leave, that's okay. We will give you a call that your feeders, when they are done, and you can come and pick them up at your leisure. Usually the morning is very, very busy. So if you're someone that doesn't like a little bit of a line or kind of have other things to do during the day, my suggestion is do the morning things during the day and then come in the afternoon and take advantage of the not so busy line that we won't have as much of a line in the afternoon as we will in the morning. So that's some of our events, but stay tuned. All of our April events are going to be listed not only on Facebook but on our website by the end of this weekend. So stay tuned for more info on upcoming events. All right, real quick, I want to talk about, before we get into some of the fun things that I have going on today, I want to talk really quick about 2 things that happen that we're starting to see. And one is courting behaviors. So today, actually, I think it was the other day, one of our customers, our friends, David Diwali, he sent me a really awesome video that I will share tomorrow morning Um, it's from his feeder camera, and it was a male cardinal doing the kissing cardinal. So if you're not sure what that is, what that looks like, essentially, the male cardinal kind of looks like he's kissing his female partner, but really what's happening is he is demonstrating how awesome of a provider he is going to be for not only his partner but for their potential children. So it's a pretty cool thing. It looks super sweet and romantic, um, but there's a little bit more behind it. It's not just showing affection to each other. There is actual he is demonstrating how awesome of a partner he is going to be. So it's while it is such a cute behavior that we get to witness this time of year, it is actually there's a little bit more to it. It's not just so cute; it is awesome because they are showing what a great dad, what a great provider he is going to be for their small family going to be starting soon. So that's something too. So keep your eyes out. This is a great time to look for these kind of courtship behaviors. So whether it's that kissing behavior, maybe it's a lot more singing. Are you hearing a lot more singing this time of year? I sure am. But maybe it's also grooming, or they sometimes they do a little dance, right? Their birds have a whole bunch of behaviors that they do during courtship, and it's only seen this time of year, right? Before babies are made, and after winter's harshness is done, we have this really small window where we get to see this kind of really cool behavior happening. Of course, the fun doesn't stop after courtship. The fun is only just beginning, which it makes it even more of a great time to really make sure that our feeders are set up so that we can track the most variety of birds so that we can see the most behaviors that we can see. So that's another big thing. But another thing that I witnessed even today was chasing competitors. So today I witnessed outside two red belly woodpecker males, and one was chasing the other. Wherever the one went, the other one was shortly following. And what's happening there is obviously one woodpecker is in the other woodpecker's territory, and that one woodpecker does not like the other one in his area. So he's going to chase him off and say, hey, this is my area. This is my nesting grounds. So, kind of cool behaviors that are happening this time of year. Right? So, it's important that if you want to enjoy these behaviors, that you're providing a variety of quality foods that are going to attract that variety that you're looking for. All right? Another thing that's happening this time of year, I have my phone because I want to show you this picture. This is a post that I think I created last year on our Facebook page, but it shows perfectly this behavior, okay? Right, do you see that? The cardinal's attacking the car window. Why are birds flying at my windows and car mirrors, right? That's what the post is asking. What is happening here is different than a window strike, okay? What's happening here is they are birds, sometimes it's usually the males, that they are perceiving their own reflection as a competitor. So what they're going to do here is the cardinal or maybe a robin, very territorial robin, may attack a specific window because it sees its reflection. And it doesn't understand that it's himself. It's actually, they think that it's a competitor trying to hang out in its own territory. And that cannot do. So for a couple weeks, that bird will do its best to try to drive that other competitor away from its area, meaning it's going to attack maybe your car mirrors or your window. And while it can be kind of a annoying, maybe even disturbing behavior, depending on which window, right? Just know that this behavior actually is only a very short time, right? It's only a couple weeks, and then that behavior usually subsides. But it's very different than a window strike, right? Window strikes are essentially a bird's coming in too hot and doesn't see the window as a window. It sees it as a reflection of maybe the trees in your backyard or your backyard, the lawn or whatever that landscape looks like as the reflection, and then they think it's a fly through. So that is the window strike. That is can be very deadly to birds. It's when they're hitting it at usually a pretty hard, high impact speed. It can cause fatalities. It can cause injuries to these birds. Window attacks are different. Okay, window attacks like this are different. All right, this is the bird is real close and it's purposely trying to attack its own reflection. All right, the way that you can stop that behavior, if that is something that you're experiencing, is to remove the reflection. So, for example, if it's a window that the bird is attacking, you could potentially put up painter's plastic or a tarp and attach it above the window and let it drape down, just covering that window. After some time, it will stop because obviously the bird doesn't see its reflection, and then that problem goes away. There's no more competitor in the area, right? If it's a car window or a car mirror like that, other ways that you can do it is maybe just pushing the mirror in so it's facing inward and not outward. Or you can put a grocery bag or some other bag and tie it around your car mirrors just so that in that time frame, the birds won't be attacking that window. Of course, alternatively, you could just move your car out of the bird's territory, but for this, that's usually not very realistic, and their territories can sometimes be very large. So my recommendation is slip a shopping bag over the mirrors, or have something that's easily put on but taken off easily, so that when you're ready to go out and about, it's not causing you any disturbance either. But just the idea is that it's a short period of time, and I think it's really cool that while some people don't find it cool, I find it very cool because, again, these behaviors are something that we only get to witness for a short period of time. So we can really get to learn our birds, learn who's the most territorial in your yard, who is the king of the castle, right? Who is trying to attract who's going to be the dominant male this year, who's going to be the high prized female. There are a lot of behaviors that we get to witness in our own backyards, and we can do it all by providing a wide variety of foods and a wide variety of feeders. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but real first, I want to take a break to show you some really cool Easter ideas, because I don't know about you, but Easter is on its way here, and if you're like me and are way behind on things, this is your one-stop shop to get a lot of those items. So here I've created a couple different baskets. I have two up here and two down there that I'm going to show you, and we'll go through what's in the basket, what makes them a great items. But here we'll go. Let's start with this one. This one I think would be great not only for any bird lover, but I specifically think this basket would be great for my dad personally. This is one of his favorite coasters that we have here. I love the variety of the birds on there, and it has some of his favorites, so this would be right up my dad's alley. Of course, I got him this screech owl. This is a seed character. It's made completely of seeds, and of course it looks like a nice screech owl. Perfect to put on those seed cylinder feeders, or you could put it down in a tray, a feeder. There's quite a different options that you can use this for if you don't have a seed cylinder feeder. But my dad does have one, so I know he would love that. I also put in here some of our bird-friendly, I did the dark roast. My dad loves dark roast, but of course we have the light roast and the medium roast and the decaf too, but my dad's favorite is the dark roast. He loves this stuff, so I'm definitely putting one of these in his Easter basket this year. And since he loves Peterson's so much, I figured I would give him an updated version of our Peterson's book. This one, Peterson's, is one of my all-time favorite bird ID books. I love that they go through and really show you the variety of species. And of course, this is all the North American birds that we can find in our in the eastern and central North America. So that's pretty much all of our birds. So it kind of takes out all the western birds that we won't typically see in our area, but it's perfect. And it goes through all of those species from the songbirds all the way to shorebird birds and waterfowl, all of them. But so really great book. I love how it shows all the details and it gives a little bit of information on those birds too. So really cool. Definitely putting a Peterson's book in there. And then of course he's always complaining that he needs a new set of binoculars. And I know what he is meaning is he wants one that's the quick and easy use, that is like in the kitchen drawer that he can grab and look at his kitchen window while he's watching his birds at his backyard bird feeders. So I think this would be right up his alley for an Easter basket prize because I know how much he needs these in his hands. So that's what I would be getting for Dad for Easter, for sure. But let's see what I would be doing for Mom because Mom is so important. And I know Mother's Day is coming up too, but you know, moms do the most work when it comes to Easter, I swear. We're planning the Easter brunch or Easter dinner, or we're cleaning the whole house so that we can have family over. We're making sure that the kids have all the good necessities. So I built this one over around what I would like as a mom, but also what my mom would like. So let's get to this one because I really like this one. Of course, you see my beautiful steak here. I love this one because it screams spring to me, right? It comes in a couple different colors, but I did love that purple color. It has that butterfly on it. We have one with a hummingbird on it, one with a dragonfly. There's quite a few of them. But I love that when these lights come on here, it actually reflects through the top of this like laser cut top. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So I know that this will be a great item for Easter. Both my mom and I would love that, right? Also, some other decor. It wouldn't be right without a hanging decor, so I put this one in it. This one is a bouncy cardinal. It does have a pretty bead at the bottom. I love that. But two, I know my mom loves those sun catchers here, and she doesn't have this one. So I figured I would definitely give Mom a sun catcher that she does not have yet. And I think this one is just so pretty. Hummingbirds are on their way soon. Hopefully by Easter we might have a few in our yards. And speaking of hummingbirds, gotta put a hummingbird feeder in any Easter basket because honestly, who doesn't want another hummingbird feeder, or who doesn't have one that needs one? And I love that this mini one, it's perfect for newbies into the hummingbird season, or it's perfect for if you are existing and you want another one. I love the minis because it holds just enough for a small amount of nectar, not too many ports. It's not huge, so I don't feel like I'm wasting nectar using this one. It's the perfect size. All right, love it. This is also great to stick into if you're mailing someone an Easter basket. Low profile, makes for easy shipping and low shipping costs. Okay. Then of course my mom and I love these towels. These are our Buzzy dual-sided towels. I grabbed the one that just screamed Easter and spring to me, which is the Eastern Bluebird one. As you see, one side has the pink with the Eastern Bluebirds on it, and the other side it has the big version of it. But that light pink and blue just are so stunning. These towels are so absorbent. Even my dad says that they are the most absorbent towels he has ever tried. So not only do they look really pretty in your kitchen or in a bathroom, on a counter, but they are actually really absorbent and they work really well. So really good. These guys are reusable sponges. So the nice thing about both of these is that they're super sustainable because they're all made out of recycled plastics. So recycled bottles, in fact. So it's a really good feel good because we're living sustainably, using sustainable products, but we are also getting some beautiful decor and functional items for our kitchen that we know kitchen belongs to moms in most houses. Not all houses though, right? And these last two items that I put in here are two other great ones because I love window gems. Now, window gems are great at preventing the window strikes, right? They break up the reflection so that the bird does not know knows that it's a fly through. I grabbed the butterfly ones because butterflies scream Easter and spring to me, so grabbed those. But I also grabbed this great book. If you haven't read it, this is a must-have for spring or summer reading. The Backyard Bird Chronicles by Amy Tan. I love this book, but one of the great things I love about it is it's kind of written in a diary form, and you see all of her sketches and things like that in it. It reads very nice, very easy, and she has some great advice on birds and feeding and watching the wildlife. So really, really great book. I highly recommend it if you have some readers in your life. Great for Easter, great for Mother's Day. All right, but it's not just about moms and dads for Easter, right? I know I have kids. I know many of you have kids or grandkids. And I also put together some really cool kid baskets. I'm going to start with one for maybe a younger kid. I would definitely put an Audubon bird. Now, Audubon birds come in a variety of different birds. And not only do they look just like our favorite backyard bird friends, but they also sound exactly like them. So obviously I grabbed the goldfinch for this one, but there are a whole bunch of different ones, from birds of prey to other songbirds, that we have almost all of them. Finger books make for great gifting and great Easter. I grabbed the little chick, but we have it also in a variety of other animals, perfect for any very creative early reader. And then these two are great items. I love activity things. So this book is all about, it's a coloring activity book. So it's not super difficult, I would say. It's probably a good range for young people. But there are some stickers and things in here too. So this is a fun one. And it wouldn't be a good basket without a good craft, and I chose the bird feeder craft. We've made these in-house, but they're also available for purchase in the store. These make great gifts, perfect for Easter slip-ins, right? If you guys are done with Easter shopping, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear if you're done or not. I'm jealous because I don't even think I have a few things that I put together, but not many. Oh. All right, and this one I put together for maybe a little bit of an older child that would enjoy this basket. And of course, I grabbed one of these Lego ones. My boys love. This is the puzzle. And it's a eagle head puzzle. I also have ones that are Legos. They are really popular. My kids love these. Follow bracelet, follow stuffy. Here's a stuffy. These make great gifts too. If you're not sure what Follow is all about, Follow has, so the bracelet or the stuffed animal comes with a little QR code inside here, and essentially what you do is it gives you a app that you can download. I'm going to pull up my Follow account so I can show you on here how cool it is to be able to track your animals. So you open up the app here, and you see all my animals. I know we have so many. I think I have 10 altogether. But let's look at my sharks real quick. So I'm going to open up Hammy the hammerhead. And you can see today. Today he's located right here. And if we zoom out, you can see he should be on the side of Florida. Yep, he's right almost by Miami. So really kind of cool. And of course you can learn all about your animal, learn, some fun things about the conservation group, because these Follow bracelets and the Follow stuffed animals are all part of they're connected with a conservation group that part of your purchase of these does go to those conservation groups. But all this information is all from we would not know that Hammy, it travels about 5.2 miles since the last location. or that the total distance traveled is over 609 miles. It's pretty incredible. So you learn all about your animal, you can watch it as it travels, and they guarantee the tracker up to 6 months. So it's pretty cool. Oh, every flavor of Peeps. I didn't know there were so many. That's pretty awesome. So these make great gifts for all kids of all ages, even adults. I have quite a few myself. But for this one, instead of the bird feeder building craft, I chose the Wren birdhouse craft. So again, this is a great activity for little architects, or anyone that just loves birds and nature. This is perfect, a craft idea. And this coloring book is a little bit more advanced. And what I do love about this one is that it does talk a little bit about the bird, and my favorite though, oh, come here. In here, in the very beginning pages, my son and I looked over this, and it really talked about using color and how to use the color, how to shade, and all of that. And in here also, oopsie, they're showing you how to shade and do all those, making more vibrant colors. But in here, they also talk a little bit about the bird. So on the front side of this is a stellar jay, and then on the back side is going to give a little blurb. Oh, you can hardly see it, but there is a little blurb all about the stellar jay, and you can learn a little bit about them. My kids have learned a lot more about birds from doing more of these activities and coloring them. And of course, they want to color it exact like the bird, which is kind of fun and humorous at the same time. So really cool activities, cool ideas for if you have needing some more ideas for Easter gifts. We've got a whole bunch here, and you can come by and we can help you out, pick out something great to add to your Easter baskets. Alrighty, now that we're done with that, I'm going to talk really quick about winter is ending, summer is here, and ready to rock. Are you guys ready to rock for spring? So now is actually, like I was saying before, it's the perfect time to set up several feeding stations to attract a lot of birds to enjoy this season, right? And it's, I have this sign here at the store on the front table, and it says, more birds, a merrier you. And I think that is so true, because the more birds that we see, and it's not just the number of one type of species, and you have many of them. Think like your sparrow flock, right? You have one type of bird and you have many of them. It's not just that. It's, do you have the variety that we always talk about? Do you have the Harrys? Do you have the downy woodpeckers? Do you have red-bellied woodpeckers? Do you have goldfinches? Do you have robins? Do you have tuffet titmice? Do you have nuthatches and all of them? Do you have them all? Well, this is the perfect time to try to get them all if you aren't getting them all already. All right, let's talk about how to do that and why to do that. Right, more birds is more fun, right? I do say that all the time. I do agree that it is more fun. It's more fun to see more birds in our backyards, and we know that when we have all those birds, that obviously their finding needs met. So not only are you helping birds by providing much needed nutrition for a very busy time of year, but you also are getting a bonus benefit. And the bonus benefit is actually for you. You get the bonus benefit. Being in nature, watching birds, and especially more bird variety, meaning more species, actually is proven scientifically to not only help your physical but also mental health. So there are a lot of benefits, not only for the birds but for you too. So it's kind of a really cool thing that we can do by just doing 2 really easy steps. Okay, this is how we are going to how to attract more species to our yards to enjoy not only courtship and nesting behaviors, but to reap all those mental and physical health benefits. Okay, how do we do that? Number 1 is Clean and sanitize what feeders you already have. Okay, so I know a lot of you have a whole variety of feeders at home. Okay, and maybe you only use a handful of your favorites, the ones that can hold the most, or the ones that your birds seem to like more. Okay, clean and sanitize everything. Think spring cleaning, but for the birds. Okay, that's what spring cleaning is all about this time of year for in our world. Is we're not worried so much about the garden landscape because we want to wait until we're consistently in 50s before we do any hard cutting down of deadheading and all of that. That helps insects and other pollinators that have been overwintering. That's going to help the insect population. But what we can do is we can clean and sanitize anything that we have. Okay, because and why I'm saying everything, right, is because we're going to try to put out as many feeders as we can with a variety of quality foods inside them. Okay, so number two is going to be adding more options of food. All right, maybe it's something you haven't tried before, maybe it's something that you haven't used in a while. Either of those is going to be a great option. Okay, and what I'm talking about in variety of food is I'm talking like those straight seeds, right? Maybe it's sunflower seeds because oilers, safflower, and peanuts reign king in my yard and probably your yard too. Maybe it's a high quality seed blend, right? Think our Noma seeds, our other WBU seed blends like Choice Plus, Tree Nutty Plus. Those kinds of blends are going to be great because it's going to have a lot of ingredients that the birds want to eat, and you're going to provide it in a variety of different feeders, right? Not every bird likes to eat on the ground, right? Tray feeders mimic the ground. Some birds like to be on a mid-level, like perching, right? So if you use a C2 feeder, it's going to be right up their alley. But what about our woodpeckers? Woodpeckers like vertical landing spaces. So if you provide, a cylinder feeder or a bark butter or suet tail prop feeder that is going to be a vertical landing space, you're going to attract more woodpeckers. All right? Maybe it's bark butter products, right? That now bark butter is kind of like spreadable suet in some forms, but essentially it is packed with protein, packed with calcium. It's loved by over 160 species of birds. So if you really want the variety, you might want to try a variety of bark butter products, whether it's the spreadable version, maybe it's the treat version, maybe it's the suet cake version of bark butter, and you're going to attract a variety of birds using those variety of foods mixed with a variety of feeders. That's how we're going to get the most variety. But don't forget about specialty foods too, right? Finch blend. So Niger ranks key for most people for your goldfinches and other finches. But maybe if you try finch blend, which is half Niger and half sunflower chips, you might get a different variety of birds. Maybe it's, providing nectar. Maybe it's jelly. Maybe it's mealworms. Maybe it's, mealworms. Said mealworms already. So it could be a variety of foods that you are offering. But the number one thing that's super, super important on top of all that variety is providing water. Okay, I always talk about water, whether it's in winter or spring or summer, water is super, super important. And while most water sources are not frozen anymore, it still is a great way to attract birds to your yard that may not always come to food options. Okay, the warblers are a good example. They won't always come to your feeders, but you can definitely get them with water. Brown creepers don't usually come to feeders per se, although I have seen them come to our bark butter feeders here at the store. But again, you can attract more of those varieties if you not only provide all that variety in a variety of different feeders, right? We're thinking all stages, vertical landing, high, low, on the ground, tray style. There's the variety of feeders with the variety of food is going to bring in that variety of species that we are looking for. Why do we want that variety? Because it's going to be more fun. More birds, merrier us. Okay? More happiness for us, more happiness for the birds. We benefit because it's going to be mental and physical health benefits for us. So not only are we going to have more fun, more enjoyment of these birds, but it's actually going to physically help us. It's going to physically help our hearts, our minds, and our bodies. So it's going to be really great. So not only can we attract all these things, and I really want to put an emphasis on WBU seed blends. All right, I show this often at presentations when I go outside of our to different groups and organizations, and I talk about why Wild Birds Unlimited blends, seed blends, and food is better than the rest. And it's really all about value. Okay, when we talk about what makes our seeds so great, freshness. We get it in every week, right? So you know it's always fresh. It's not been sitting in a warehouse for a year and brought out when the floor seed is gone. Okay, it's fresh every week. We get our seed every week. But number 2 is it includes seed that birds actually want to eat. So obviously this blend in here is Supreme Blend, which is mostly sunflower seeds, oilers, and stripe seeds. It also has sunflower chips and safflower in it. This blend is specifically designed for the birds in our area. Okay, so it's made with all the ingredients that the birds want to eat already. Okay, when you see in here, this red stuff is often filler seed. We don't use filler seed. All filler seed does is it's put in seed blends to add weight. Meanwhile, this much is edible seed. So how much value, if this bag of seed costs less than our bag of seed, sure, you're spending less on it. But what is the value of that? If only this 27% is edible, is it really a value? Was it really the best purchase? I don't think so, because I know all this red stuff, that red milo, red millet, wheat, all that other weird grain that they put in seed blends is not eaten by the birds in our area. Unless you're maybe getting turkeys and pheasants and that. My backyard songbirds, my cardinals, my chickadees, my mourning doves usually aren't going to be eating this red stuff. Okay? So the important thing to remember is that Wild Birds Unlimited only carries seed that birds want to eat. It's the freshest you can have, and it's the best value. So when we talk about wanting to have that most variety, make sure you're buying the quality seed, because at the end of the day, it is the best value, and it is what your birds are looking for, okay? Alrighty. Unless we have any other questions on how to provide get the most variety by providing the most variety of foods in a variety of feeders, or anything on courtship and other of those behaviors, keep an eye out. Spring migration is happening, and this is a perfect time to witness a lot of these cool behaviors as more birds come in. All right, don't forget, we're having a giveaway tonight. So if you would like to win a giveaway prize from Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet, all you have to do is like this post, share this post on your own page, and then in the comments write spring, and then I'll know you want to be entered onto our wheel of names, and I'll spin on Monday. All right, now let's go and show you some of the new items that we have gotten in. And before I go on the tour to show you the new spinners, I have a few things that I have brought here, close up here, so I can show you those, all right? First things first, we did get in a few new bird baths, and this one is a steak. So it looks like a flower, but it in fact is a glass bird bath. This is a perfect, these are the small little ones. You could put some, whether you're using this small, I like these small little ones for, they are kind of alternative bird baths to my larger ones, because sometimes some little birds get a little bit intimidated by a big bird bath with bigger birds. So sometimes I find that these small ones are perfect for those little goldfinches and other little birds that might be a little bit too intimidated to go to bathe or drink with the larger birds. They'll definitely come to these guys. So they come in a couple of different colors, the flower colors from pink and purple to blue and purple, blue and pink, all a couple different varieties. So come on in for these. These are new, but we also got in our new Nature Creations houses. So this is one of the brand new designs. But back here I have also the red schoolhouse over here, and then over here is one of our other. That one's not hanging. Never mind. This one is a. I do have them in hanging and mountable, but this one is so cool. It is a double floor, so there is a floor in the middle here, so two birds can nest in this area, or perhaps it will be a first brood and second brood down here. But either case, they do come with perfect ventilation and a clean out, so it's perfect for that. But what I absolutely love about Nature's Creations is that even though they have similar styles, each one truly is unique because they are all made out of reclaimed barn wood and handmade in Southern Illinois, but they are so unique. So even though the styles may be similar, they won't be exactly 100% exact. So it's a pretty cool, unique house, and they're very functional and super decorative too. It's that perfect combination of functional and decorative in one birdhouse. So I love it. I love the wood detail it has on here, but look at the metal bird on here. It's so adorable. Guys, you got to come in. Shop early for these houses if you have your eyes and heart set on one, because they're not going to last. They will fly out of here. All right. Put that one down. I know you guys love your frogs, and we did get in another one. I just love this guy. He was on my desk for a while, and I said, he needs to just be my desk frog. But I love his silly face on there. It's just so funny. He is made out of ceramic, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love the paint job on it. Look at it. It's so pretty. I know, it's spring, right? Oh, good job. Thanks for putting in that. I'll definitely add your names to the giveaway. All right, and then we've got in some ceramic birds, and I love this. Ooh, let's turn you around so you can see its pretty face, because they do have really pretty faces on these birds. They are ceramic. They're really great price, and they're perfect for a tabletop decor or maybe a mantle, a desk, anything like that. It's just so pretty. I love the spring colors. I love them. All right, let's take you for a walk because I have some new spinners that have just arrived in. Our new spinner supplier has some awesome ones. So I want to show you, and hopefully it will show in person. Oh, see, I don't even know if it's showing how beautiful this paint job on this spinner is, but I'm going to spin it to show you how it looks. There is two. I am so short. Let's get that one going and turn the bottom. Look at how cool that one looks. And I'm telling you, this is a stunning paint job. Don't know if it's really showing that well on this live, but it is stunning. It has this super reflective kind of metallic-y look finish on it. It is phenomenally cool. This one is red, but I also have one that's kind of similar, a little bit different, and it's in a turquoise and blue color. You see it here? Hopefully the light is going to do me some justice, but this one also has the top feature, and it has the bottom too. How cool. There we go. Get the light so we can see it. It's a copper, it's like a teal and a blue for sure. Love that one. I know how many of you loved the round spinners last time, and we did get a round one. This one is purple and pink. The outside, and of course it has that yellow center. It has double sides. Let's see if I can get in here and spin it for you to give you a show. Whoop, let's, there we go. Yes, and they do spin that top. That's why it's hitting the window, but that top does rotate on them. So it will not only spin in circle, but it will also spin around like such. See, I'm kind of turning it like that. I hope you can see the color. It was tricky today because this light coming in from the window is so bright next to some of these features, so it's not quite showing the color. You got to come in and see it in person because they are absolutely stunning, beautiful. Can't tell which one I want yet. All right, don't forget, comment in the comments if you'd like to get entered into our giveaway. Don't forget to like and share this Facebook Live. And of course, don't forget, tomorrow we have Who Haven in the house, hopefully with a snowy owl. That's what we hope. Of course, again, if the animals aren't animaling, then you know how that goes. They do care about their animals, so whatever is best for the animal is how it will be. If the snowy owl doesn't come, they will bring another animal just as good, another bird that will be just as great. So we are really excited to have them. But I did talk to Karen from Who Haven earlier this week, and she did tell me that it seems like we're all good to go for the snowy owl to come to the store. Of course, they'll bring a mystery bird too, and a couple other critters to talk about too. So that starts at 11. On Sunday, we have creating a pollinator paradise presentation presented by Kelsey Shaw, co-owner of Hostility Place Nursery, and he will show you and tell you everything you need to know on how to create a pollinator hotspot right in your yard. So please come by for that. That'll be really exciting. You guys have any questions? Otherwise, I think we're good for this today, and we'll definitely see you this weekend. I will see you either tomorrow or Sunday. I will be here, and we hope to see you in then. All right, you guys. You have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather that we're having. I'm sure it will change like Chicago always does, but in any case, enjoy your birds. Enjoy the variety. Enjoy the behaviors this time of year. It's such a special time where we can see some unique behaviors that we don't see any other time of the year. So enjoy it, appreciate it, and most of all, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Every Friday we go live around 5:30ish to tell you what's new, what's happening at the store. So we hope to see you next Friday. Until then, happy birding. Bye now.